Hi, David here with another Let's Do video unboxing and review. Today we're going to be looking at the Epos Expand Vision 1. You're actually seeing me and hearing me on it right now. So if we go to the website just to take a quick look, we'll see the list price and we see that it's a 4K camera and that it's certified for Microsoft Teams and for Zoom. So going back, let me give you a good look at it without my filters on. So let me turn off my chroma key. And this is it right out of the box. Just plug and play, turned it on, my normal lighting, haven't touched any settings. This is what you get if you just plug it in, turn it on, and start talking into it. So let me get my filter back on, and let's go for the unboxing. And after the unboxing, I want to bring up the software that comes with it, and we'll take a look at that as well. Okay, so we're unboxing the Epos Expand Vision 1 Personal USB Camera. I'm recording this on my iPhone just to keep everything neutral, and opening up the box. Alright, the first thing we see is you can pause this and you have the quick start guide. So I like the fact that it's printed on here, one less piece of paper to lose. And first it wants us to download the Connect software. We'll be sure to be taking a look at that. It shows how to put the camera on the monitor as you would expect, how to connect it. There's a cable apparently, and how to shut the shutter. So nothing you actually need a manual for, but it just shows you how simple this is. And out of the box we have, okay, right away, this is a hard case. I'm thinking this is going to be a laptop webcam. I'm thinking this is designed for travel since it has a good case. The only other thing in here is the rest of the paperwork, warranty information and whatnot. Opening the case. This is a nice case. All right, this is definitely meant for traveling, for putting in your laptop bag, just because it is such a nice case. You're not going to just connect this to your computer at home and never use it. So it looks like there's only two things in here: the camera itself. Take a look at that in a second, and in the back here, this nice little mesh pouch is the cable. So yeah, let me open this up because I'm thinking this confirms that it is primarily, obviously it'll work in a PC as well as it'll work in a laptop, but I think it's primarily designed to be your laptop travel, take it to work, take it home, have it everywhere. Yeah, it's gonna be a little, I have my PC on the ground, so even testing this out, it might be a little bit of a stretch. I might have to get an extender. But this is fine for laptops. I think that's what it's meant for. Let's take a look at the camera itself. By the way, it is a 4K camera. We're still in a world where a lot of our video services are only even using 720p or less. We're lucky if we get 1080p. So why do we need a 4K camera? Because you need a 4K camera. If you record in 4K, you could zoom in and still be at 720p. Or if you're using a video service that cuts in and zooms in and crops to put you in its Brady Bunch thing, even if it zooms in for you, you'll still have your high definition. So 4K is good to have. So taking a look at the camera itself, very portable. Let me slide out of the protective plastic. And there's not much to it. The only thing I see is this one dial on top, which I'm assuming, there we go, is the shutter. Everyone likes having a physical shutter. Even if the software is off, even if the laptop is off, I think we're all a little bit more comfortable seeing that. The one cable in the back, so you don't need power and USB power. There you go, see where it goes in. And the only other thing I see is not very complicated. I think I could figure this out. Put this on the back of the laptop. Okay, so I think that's it for the unboxing. There's not much left to show you. We have one device and the one cable that it comes with. Let's connect it and see how it sounds. See how it looks and see how it sounds. I forgot to mention, by the way, 2 microphones. So we'll be using this for audio and for video. Okay, so I just connected the camera to my PC using the included USB-C cable. And apologies for what I said before, I was wrong. The cable was absolutely long enough to reach from my PC all the way down on the floor to the top of a pretty tall monitor. So you could absolutely use this for your home PC and then just pack it up in the case and take it with you to work on your laptop there or your PC there. And again, you can judge for yourself the audio quality, the video quality. One more time, let me turn off the chroma key filter so you could just see without any effects on it. This is just exactly how it looks out of the box. Now, of course, there are some, not a lot of effects, but some settings that we can adjust. Let's take a look at, I downloaded the Epos Connect software that comes with it. So let's bring that up here. Get myself out of the way. And let's make this a little bigger. Okay, so I'm guessing if I had more than one Epos device, there would be more tiles here. This is a tile for the camera. And these controls down here, this is for the software in general, not just for the camera. So if I go to the help menu, there's all sorts of useful information. The settings aren't the settings, we'll see the settings for the cameras in a second. This is settings if I had a headset connected, soft phone, just general settings again for this software. This, of course, at this point we take this for granted, but I remember how hard life was before we had this, the auto updates. I wouldn't have known there was a software update. I don't check the website, I'm bad about that, but when I loaded this up, it showed me that there was an update, and I just clicked it and it took care of itself. I think the update added support for 60 frames per second for 1080p and lower resolutions. And then if we go back to our home button here, now we'll get into the settings for the camera itself. So the first thing we see, that it's pretty obvious here, this floating menu button. I'm assuming we're supposed to click that, so let's click that. And that brought up, oh, here we go. I swear there must be somewhere on GitHub or one of those sites a template for these camera control apps. There's nothing against it, but I just see this same exact rectangular shape that can't be resized on all of these apps. But this does look like they put a little extra thought into it. It's not the same, everything's not the same as the template that I usually see. There's some extra buttons and stuff, the colors are nice. So looking at top, I guess I can control my view. If I click wide view, it changes the zoom. Just gonna leave that at default. Mirror image, some people like to do a mirror image so that if you're going to fix your hair, the hand's on the correct side. I leave it as default. Anti-redness, I'm not seeing it do anything when I click it, but I guess if my lighting had a lot of red in it, that would help somehow. Basic light, seems best on default. I'm usually afraid to touch these things, but if there's nice shiny buttons like this, I can go back to where I was. Temperature. It's very subtle. I think the warm actually makes me look a little better, but for now I'm going to leave everything on default. And here under advanced, that's where we get to the good stuff. Now this has to be here. We need this to be here. I kind of have mixed feelings about this because on the one hand, I'm afraid to touch these things. Anytime I touch it, it just gets worse. And then I touch the other one, I just keep making it worse and worse and worse. I want eventually AI to do this and make everything perfect and make me look pretty. Right now I'm a little too pale. I should be adjusting, I don't know, probably the saturation. But again, I'm afraid to touch it. But I'm not saying they shouldn't have this there. These settings need to be in here for people who know what they're doing with them, or if I got a little braver. But ideally, in the future, this is one of those things I'd be very happy for AI just to take over. I make myself look orange and blue. I'm just not good at it. But that's a me issue. There's nothing against this. This is fine. And let's see, if we click the information thing here, get more information about it. And product settings, okay, that opens up, I guess if you don't want this separate pop-up, you could do everything from here. That makes sense. And the reason you're not seeing the preview, this is a Windows thing. It's not really Epos's fault, it's Windows' fault. Windows only lets your camera go to one thing at a time. So since my camera is going to my recording software, you see me here, you can't see me here and adjust your settings and see what's happening in the preview window. And if I had loaded up the Epos software first, the Epos software would have grabbed it, I would have been in there, and I wouldn't be able to put myself here. There are ways to work around it. It seems no one's figured it out yet. So this is, every camera software has this problem, not something against Epos. And the only thing else to click on is the camera itself, which also takes you here. So there's two ways to go here. You can click on the camera, or you can click the information button and then click product settings. Not a lot of stuff, and I like that. It shouldn't take you 2 hours and a bunch of research to set up your webcam. You should plug it in, you should go to your settings. If you're brave, you could mess with your saturation and your contrast, and then you're done. And then, again, with my normal chroma filter, my normal green screen, my normal background, this is how I look on it. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe.